Hello, I'm Dr. Jim Anderson, and today's question is, what's the best way to prepare for a negotiation? Now, when we enter into a negotiation, our goal is to be successful. Now, what that means is that we want to be able to reach an agreement with the other side that meets our needs, no matter what negotiation styles or negotiating techniques we are being used. In order for this to happen, we need to take the time to prepare for our next negotiation. However, this is easier said than done. In order to prepare properly, we need to understand exactly how we need to spend our time. It's all about preparing properly. The one thing that I hope that we all realize is that when an important negotiation is looming, winging it is never the right thing to do. The best negotiators engage in doing a thorough negotiation preparation. That means taking plenty of time to analyze what they want, their bargaining position, and the other side's likely wants and alternatives. Negotiators should engage in a careful self-assessment prior to negotiating. There's two main questions that we should be asking ourselves as a part of our negotiation preparations. What do I want? And what's my alternative to reaching an agreement? Ask yourself, what do I want? The first question requires us to set an ambitious but realistic target. When setting a target, there are three traps that we should watch out for. First, you want to avoid being an under-aspiring negotiator who sets a target that's too low. If you do this, you may end up feeling like a victim of the winner's curse, which describes the disappointment that we feel when the other party immediately accepts our first offer in a negotiation. The fact that the other party is eager to accept your first offer suggests that you aimed too low and failed to engage in adequate negotiation preparation. On the other hand, you don't want to be an over-aspiring negotiator either. When you aim too high and refuse to make significant concessions to the other side, you're going to be left without a deal. A third problem arises when you engage in so little negotiation preparation that you actually don't know what you want. And in this case, negotiators often view the other party's good faith proposals with either suspicion or disappointment. Hello, I'm Dr. Jim Anderson. To know what your alternative to reaching an agreement is. If you want to improve your odds of reaching a realistic but ambitious target, you need to determine your best alternative to a negotiated agreement, or BATNA. Determining your BATNA will help you know when it's time to walk away and pursue your best alternative. BATNA assessment involves the following three steps. 1, identify all the plausible alternatives that you might pursue if you can't reach a deal with the current party. 2, estimate the value associated with each alternative. And 3, select the best alternative, which is your BATNA. For example, if you were a job seeker who was engaged in a negotiation preparation for a particular hiring negotiation, the first step would involve in you identifying other possible job opportunities as well as other alternatives, such as staying at your current job or applying to graduate school. The second step would involve assessing the monetary and non-monetary value of each alternative, including likely salary, benefits, responsibilities, engagement with one's work, quality of life, and so on. This type of analysis should lead you to identify the one alternative that you prepare. Take time to calculate your reservation value. After your negotiation preparation has helped you to identify your BATNA, you're in a position to calculate your reservation value, or reservation price, which is your walk away point in the upcoming negotiation. In a price negotiation, this might be a specific number. In an integrative negotiation where multiple issues are at stake, your reservation value might be expressed as a complete package, such as lowest salary, benefits, and responsibilities that you would take to complete a certain job. Your knowledge of your reservation value will help you to avoid two types of common mistakes. One, accepting a deal that's worse than your BATNA, or two, rejecting a deal that's better than your BATNA. Understand your counterpart's BATNA. When performing negotiation preparation, it's not sufficient to only look at your own needs and wants. To improve the odds of reaching a mutually beneficial deal, you need to figure out how much the other side may be willing to give. In order to do this, you're going to have to analyze their BATNA. Ask yourself, what will they do if our negotiation ends in an impasse? This will lead you to think about the other side's reservation value. For instance, a job seeker might conclude that the hiring organization is likely to have other qualified candidates waiting to take the job for a lower salary. If so, the job seeker might recognize that they won't be able to push the hiring manager very far in a salary negotiation. Conversely, a job seeker might be aware that they're one of the only appealing candidates for an open position, in which case they may be able to drive a tougher bargain. What all of this means for you. In order to be successful in your next principal negotiation, you need to prepare for it. The challenge that all negotiators face is just exactly how best to prepare for a negotiation has never been made clear to most of us. We know that in order to get the deal that we want out of the negotiation, we need to go in with the right information. However, just exactly what that information is can be unclear to us. What we need is guidance on how best to prepare. Negotiators should never go into a negotiation just hoping for the best. Instead, we need to determine what we want out of the negotiation and what alternatives we might have. In every negotiation, we need to make sure that we don't ask for too little or too much. We also have to make sure that we don't go in unprepared. During a negotiation, we need to always make sure that we know what our alternatives to reaching an agreement are. After we do this, we can calculate the reservation value, which is the point at which we would walk away from the negotiation. Negotiators don't just have to determine their negotiating position, they also have to take the time to calculate the other side's BATNA. Negotiation preparation needs to be conducted with a clear-eyed view of the playing field. The more rational and methodical your negotiation preparation process is, the better your negotiating results are likely to be. Negotiators need to understand how to go about preparing for a negotiation so that they'll go in prepared to get the deal that they desire. Follow these suggestions and your next negotiation may turn out to be a success. Good luck.